asking questions about the different parts of our compensation plan and the power of it and what makes it powerful and why we do it certain ways. And so what I wanted to do tonight is kind of off the beaten path a little bit, but I'm going to go over the compensation plan in a little bit more detail and in a different way than most people, or that we mostly do when we sit down with distributors. And hopefully for those people that are leaders that are on this webinar, what it's going to allow you to do is to understand why the RAIN International Compensation Plan is set up not only for you to succeed and for your people to succeed, but why we have things set up the way that we do. Now, if you have, like I said, if you have any questions, I love when people email me because that's one of the best ways to know what type of tools, what type of trainings, the different things that people would like to know more about. So I appreciate those people that have sent in the emails and had the different questions. And hopefully tonight we're going to be able to answer a lot of those for those people that have sent either questions or concerns or just wanting to understand things a little bit better into the company. So right now, guys, the way that we have it set up is, if you look at the industry and you look at the way that most companies are structured, what I tell people is I don't care what industry we're talking about, whether it's network marketing or whether it's mortgages or whatever we're talking about. Hopefully, through time, that industry evolves. And one of the things that we've done in this compensation plan is we've looked at what is relevant in today's economy, what is relevant in today's network marketing environment, what is proven, what works, and what is old-fashioned. And the thing that I love about what we have is we have not only a modern, but we have a modern and aggressive compensation plan that we know works, that's based on facts, that's based on figures, and that's proven. So we're never going to do anything here at RAIN that hasn't been tried or tested, that we're going to guinea pig and because I know as building this business, these are our prospects, not just our prospects, but our friends, our partners, maybe family members that we get involved with us. And you don't want a company out there trying and testing new things. When somebody comes to me and says, Byron, okay, we've got this new thing that we're going to be coming out with, because I talk to a lot of people, and we've got this innovative way we're going to do this, and it's never been done before in the industry. One of the things that I'll do is I'll cringe, because I see so many companies come and go, why do you want to guinea pig something new and something that's not proven on people's personal contacts? You don't want to do that. So what we've done is we've taken the best of the best that we know works in this industry, and we've improved upon it based on, once again, history. And that's what I love. Anybody can give you a rah-rah speech. Anybody can hype you up. Anybody can say what they've got is the best. But what I care about are the facts and the figures and what's out there. Now to get going in our compensation plan, we have something, the team commissions and the binary portion of it. You need to have somebody that you've personally sponsored that's active on the right side of your business, and somebody that you personally sponsored that's active on the left side of your business with 50 points. If somebody's a referring customer at 20 points, okay, they can play in the referring customer game, and they can get those $10 bonuses and those types of things, but it's not going to qualify them to be in the binary. You need a minimum of 50 points, which, guys, if you look at most people that play, that have a binary or any hybrid of any sort, 50 points is not the minimum. It's usually 100. So as we've stair-stepped this, as what we've done is we've allowed more people to play in the game. I've been on different parts of the world, and I've seen some other companies try to get into some of the areas of the world that we're in, and I've seen them come in, even big companies that have a binary portion of their comp plan where they expect 100 or 200 points from every person as they're getting getting signed up. Now, if you're asking 100 or 200 points on a monthly basis for people to be able to play in certain parts of the compensation plan, when you add in duties and taxes and these other shipping fees, of customs, of getting things going in other markets, people are having to spend almost $300 a month for 200 points on or plus on an auto ship. They can't afford to do that. And so that's why what we have here at RAIN is really, really unique. If people want to play and be a referring customer, and that is they get a 20-count box of product, okay, for $40 in the United States and in Canada and North America, they can do that and they can get going, and they can make $10 for every single person that they get in every single time a box is sold. And there are points, 20 points that flow up the through the organization up team commissions, but that's that game. Now, if people want to play in the team commissions, they gotta have at least a minimum of 50 points, 50 personal volume. All right, and they can play in the game. Which once again, I don't know of any other company that has a minimum of 50. Most people start at 100. So guys, whether it's 20, whether it's 50, whether we tier it up to 100 or 200 in our comp plan, as you see, we allow people to play in our game. Most people in this industry, they focus on the middle class up. And that's why you'll see a huge spike as people go into a market, and then it dies just about as fast as it starts, because people can't hold on to that long term. What we do at Rain International is we allow people to come in where they are, where they want to be, and where they can afford to be. People ask me, Byron, what should I do? What kit should I start with? How should I start in the business? I would say, look at what we have here. See how aggressive that you want to be. Do you want to do this small? Do you want to do this big? And look at the kit. Obviously, I think the 3 business center is the key if somebody wants to build this business. Okay, but look at the kits and find one that stretches you a little bit, that hurts just a little bit, that's going to make you take it serious and go out there and do something about it. All right, so here's the team. To be qualified to get team commissions, you have to have somebody that you brought in the business that's active on the right side of your business and on the left side of your business. That are spending a minimum of 50 points, and once again, you got to be doing a minimum of 50 points yourself. Okay, now this is on a monthly basis. It's not, excuse me, on a 28-day cycle anymore. It's on a monthly basis. All right, so if somebody is qualified and purchases that product on the 15th of this month, okay, then by the 15th of next month, they need to do the same thing. Okay, so how the team commissions work. Now, this is per position. Is we pay out a minimum of 5% of both sides where it's even, or 10% of the lesser side. And the reason that we say both, okay, the reason that we say 5% of both sides, and what I mean by that, let's say at the end of the week. Now, Sunday night at midnight Mountain Time is when the system calculates the week. Okay, Monday night or Sunday night at midnight, Mountain Standard Time. So the system's going to look. It doesn't matter whose points they are. If it's somebody in your upline, your downline, it doesn't matter. But if you have 12,000 points on the left side of your business and 23,000 points on the right side of your business, 2 ways of explaining this are, we're going to pay 10% of the lesser side, which means you're going to get $1,200. Or we're going to pay 5% of both sides where they're symmetrically even. So which means on the left side there's 12,000 points, so we're going to pay 5% of that, okay, which is $600. And there's at least 12,000 points on the other side with 23,000 points. So we're going to pay out 5% of 12,000 points from the other side, which is another $600, which is going to give you $1,200. If we're talking USD. Now the reason that I like to break it up both ways is because sometimes people say, well, Byron, I put people in both legs. I have teams. I built both teams by myself as I'm building this organization. How come I don't get paid off that? I said, well, you do. You get 5% of both sides where it's even, but it's just it's easier for us to say, and it's easier math to calculate. 10% of the lesser side. Now, in a lot of organizations or companies, what happens is at the end of that pay period, anytime that there's points left over, the company keeps it. It's called breakage. It's a swear word in the industry. So as you can see here, when we deduct the 12,000 points from the left side, there's none left. When we deduct the 12,000 points from the right side, there's still 11,000 points that are left over. So that's the question that most people would want to know, is what happens to those points? Because usually, like I said, in a lot of scenarios, they're gone. Whatever you don't capitalize on in a certain pay period, it's gone. Okay, as long as you're active and you have a minimum of 50 points like we talked about on the previous slide, those points are going to stay and they're going to accumulate. And they're going to motivate people so people can see that there's these points just sitting on the table. They don't disappear. If it takes a week to catch up, if it takes a month or a year to catch up, okay, those points are sitting there waiting for them. And you know what I call that? Motivating and fantastic. Because it motivates people. They see that money on the table and there's a reason to get out there and get to work. Rather than the fear of loss all the time, where if you don't do this, if you don't do that, or if you miss out on money, it's gone. Okay, now this is per position. Now if you have a 3 business center, which means the spot directly to your right and your left are you as well, okay, we pay up to $10,000 a week per position. So if you have 3 spots, you can make up to $30,000 a week in this portion of the compensation plan, which is very, very powerful. So basically, that person directly on the right and the left that you see that are light blue would be, the purple as well, or the soul color, and you can have that volume flow through both positions, not just through one position, but through both positions on each side. So you can make twice the income on each leg as you build out those second and third spots. Okay, so what this really allows people to do, this is a team approach. The reason that we like the binary, if it was a pure binary, okay, I would stay away from a pure binary, and I'm not going to bring up companies' names because I don't want to knock on anybody. Okay, but a pure binary, the reason that the binary, or we have to build down, it creates urgency. There's a reason, and it can create some momentum. As you start getting momentum in your team, you're motivating your people because we have to go down. We can't go around them. I can't call up somebody and say, hey, if you don't do anything, I'm not going to place anybody underneath you because I don't have any other choice. If you were a distributor, or I was a distributor still, that's the case. We have to build down. And this can create some huge urgency and huge momentum in your team. It makes it more of a team approach. Okay, but if you look at business principles, since we get paid 10% of the lesser side, business principles will teach you and I that you need to focus 80% of your energy on the 20% of the people that are working. The problem with the binary, okay, if it's a pure binary, is that you're always what? You're always having to focus on the lesser side. Okay, so if you have a group that's exploding and you got a team that's growing fast, business principle would tell you that you need to put your time and energy to those people. But if it was just a pure binary, you can't do that because you got to just focus on the lesser side all the time and not focus on where the energy is. Okay, so this isn't a pure binary, guys, and so we can use the benefits of a binary, which is quicker money, a more team approach, create the urgency, and make some faster upfront money, but it's harder to make the big long-term money in a pure binary, and that's why we have a hybrid, because we take the benefits of both types of compensation plans we're going to talk about here, and we put it into one, and by doing that, we get the strengths of both, and the weaknesses of both are strengthened by the other strength of the other portion of the comp plan. And as I explain this, hopefully it'll make a little bit more sense. But we love the binary for what the binary can do for us. But I'll be honest with you, if this compensation plan was just straight binary, I wouldn't want to be a part of it. It's hard to make the big money, and once again, you're focused on only dealing with the people in your lesser leg because you can't catch the people on, like you said, you're not working with your biggest producers, right? So keep that as something that I'll come back to and explain how that's strengthened with the other portion of our compensation plan. Okay, but if somebody, I tell people right now, okay, if you want to just test the product out, okay, become a referring customer. If you want to build it slowly and get customers, get a one business center. If you want to do this big business, you want big business, you need to take advantage of the 3BC, the 3 business centers, and have 3 positions instead of 1. Okay, now here is the chart of the rank chart as people go up in the different ranks, and you can see manager, senior manager, bronze, silver, gold. Well, and you can see the requirement for personal volume. As I mentioned, a lot of other companies that have a binary or hybrid, it's basically 50 and 100 and 200, not 50, 100 and 200. I don't even have the 20 points if you want to get the referring customer bonuses. So we pay our customers if they want to do that. But see how it kind of tiers up. And you can see the different levels and the requirements there as far as lesser leg, volume, and then group volume. Now, as soon as somebody hits bronze executive, the reason I'm showing you this chart is I want you to see bronze executive. Once somebody hits bronze executive in this compensation plan, they got to be doing 100 points, not 50. Okay, and now they can play into a whole other part of the compensation plan. And this is really where the big money is. Like I said, the binary is the quick money, it's the faster money. You can see some results, create that momentum, create the urgency, use the benefits of the binary. But the long-term money is going to come from the next portion of the compensation plan that I'm going to talk to you about. And you need to be a bronze, because that's where life begins as this other income stream can start going into your pocket. And this is really where the big money is going to start to flow. A lot of people start seeing that as they start building their organizations and their teams. Their checks might be small. They're growing. They're getting the bonuses, some first order bonuses, different things like that. Small binaries. But then as their binary starts to build, as they become a bronze, a whole other aspect of compensation now opens up, and they start to really see their income go to another level. So here's where the generation matching bonus comes. Now this bonus, the generation bonus match, is like I said, where the big money comes. Now if you look at the traditional way of building, you're going to see it structured a lot more like this. So anybody that's in the binary tree, we're going to place them in the next available spot that's available. So if it's 50 levels deep, they're going to go in the 50th spot or 51st spot. Okay, but in the sponsor tree, it's going to pull those people out. So the people that you brought into the business, okay, those are all going to be directly underneath you. And the people they brought into the business are going to be directly underneath them. So it's more of a traditional view. So if you look at this graph here, it's more of who brought who into the business. Now, when you're a bronze executive, you can start playing in this game. And it's all based on bronze executives and higher. That's why I wanted to show you that on the last screen. Now, we pay up to 7 generations deep. Okay, 7 generations deep of bronze executives. So when you're a bronze executive, let's look at the light blue. Okay, so you've sponsored that one person that's in that light blue who got 2, and there's 3 people that stem from that, 4. Then you see another person at the bottom down there that became a bronze executive. Now from that person up, okay, from that person up, everybody is in that generation. That's where the generation has begun. Let's say there wasn't a bronze executive yet. Let's say that was all open. There wasn't a bronze executive. If there's not a bronze executive, then you haven't even ended your first generation. Still your first generation, but it hasn't stopped yet, and your second one hasn't started. Like if you look at the orange, okay, you can see that there's a bronze executive orange. Then the second generation underneath that starts, okay, from that person down. Then there's another bronze, and the third generation starts. So here's the key. I love you. It needs to be a generational match. A lot of companies will say, well, we pay 15 levels deep. It's more of a unilevel. We pay 25 levels deep. Okay, and then and then it sounds like that may be better than 7 generations. Okay, but the reason that it needs to be attached to leadership. Anytime it's based on certain levels and then after that you don't get paid, okay, I don't want to be a part of that. The reason it needs to be generational is because now you're being tied from leader to leader, from leadership to leadership. Okay, if it's just based on levels, let's say if it's even 25 levels deep, okay, there might be 20 levels of people that aren't doing anything, and all those people are clogging up your income, okay, because they're in the way. It's happened so many times that I see in compensation plans where it sounds good, but the reason that it's not good if you're not linked from leader to leader is because you'll have people that aren't leaders. And hopefully this doesn't offend anybody, but we call it either duds or studs. Okay, we have duds or studs in the business. We have either people that are out there making it happen or people that aren't. And even if they're not really interested in the business and they're just buying the product, that's fine when we're based on generations. But when you're based on levels, that's not fine, because if it's a unilevel or a level payout, you're going to have people clog up your generations. And now it doesn't matter, guys. You guys know that I was a distributor before I became an owner of this company. Okay, I was a distributor. Now just to kind of give you an idea how powerful generations are. Okay. We put thousands of people in my organization, and I had hundreds of levels deep of people in my organization. Hundreds of levels. Okay, but I only had 4 generations deep. 4 generations deep, and I had hundreds of levels. I hadn't even gotten to 7 generations, which means I still got paid a generation bonus match on every single person in my organization. There was not one person in my organization that if they got a binary or team commission check that I didn't get a bonus off of. That is powerful, guys, and that's why it has to be generational based on leadership. Okay, 7 levels is key. And you'll have some people that say, okay, well, we don't do 7 generations, but we do a 50% match or even 100% match on your personally sponsored. So if you have a personally sponsored person that gets, $300, we're going to pay you $150 if it's a 50% match. Or we're going to pay you 100% of what they got paid. We're going to pay you $300. Okay, and that sounds good. Okay, but once again, long term, it's not good. It's almost like the scenario if somebody says, would you rather have $1 million or would you rather double a penny every day for a month? Okay. Even though the penny every day for a month sounds small, it so far surpasses $1 million that if you would have taken the $1 million and then figured out the math later, you would be so let down because of what you gave up. Okay. So as you hear this in the marketplace, understand, you don't want a 50% match on only your personally sponsored and it stops there. You don't even want a 100% match on your personally sponsored and it stops there. Because that 7th generation, as your organization matures over the next few years, as that 7th generation, what that is going to mean to you is going to be so huge that it will surpass anything that you can, even if it was 500% of what your people personally made. You don't want to give that up. And once again, we have that here. And this is, you look at the big companies that make the big, huge incomes, where you have people making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. It's based on linking leader to leader. It's based on generations of leadership. It's not based on levels. It's not. And so this is really, really key. This is where the big money comes from. But the problem with this portion of the compensation plan, or of a traditional model like this, is that it takes a long time to get to that money. Okay, because you got to wait for it to mature. As people in the organization are building right now, what happens is they're going to make more money from the binary, but over time, we have people right now that now they make more money from their sponsor tree than they do their binary. Some people make 2 or 3 times the money from the sponsor tree than they do their binary. And over time, that's going to be they're going to make 10 times more from the sponsor tree, 20 times more, 50 times more, 100 times more from the sponsor tree than they do from the binary tree. So the negative part of the sponsor tree is it takes time to mature. Okay, it's harder to make the smaller money. So hopefully you see the marriage of these two parts, the hybrid and the marriage of these two types of compensation plans together actually really strengthen each other. Okay, and the reason that the sponsor tree is good and it strengthens the binary, like I told you, let's say you have somebody in your binary that's a huge leg and they go and explode, and you'll never catch it because they're just going crazy. You'll never catch it. Okay, if it was just a pure binary, you'd be in trouble, but because we're based on a sponsor tree, long term, it doesn't matter. If you have somebody that goes and opens up a new market like Japan, okay, and you have somebody that's making $100,000 a week, and they're in your strong leg in the binary, in the sponsor tree, you're getting a percentage of that person's check as a bonus, and not only that person, but you're getting a percentage of all the people that are helping create that $100,000 check for your person. You're getting a percentage of all their checks too. So long term, even if you can't catch that person in your binary, even if you'll never catch it, it doesn't matter. Because you're still going to make a lot of money off that person. It still makes sense for you to focus on them and help support them, even though they might be in your strong leg compensation plan. And it being a hybrid, having both of these together, each of these aspects will strengthen the other. The weakness of the sponsor tree is it takes too long. The binary can help with that. The weakness of the binary is you can't make the long-term money. The sponsor tree can help with that. The weakness of the binary is you might have a strong leg that you can't catch. The binary helps that. Okay, and vice versa, or the sponsor tree helps that. Vice versa. The marriage of these two, the hybrid of this compensation plan is brilliant because you get the benefits of both worlds. And the strength of one, strengthens the weakness of the other. All right, and the fact that we base it on generation and the fact that we don't have a locked-in percentage. Okay, some people might complain about the floating percentage. I don't know, Byron. Sometimes it's 10% in 1 week and it's 12%. It's hard to calculate. I don't know. I'd rather have it be a set percentage. Okay, well, guys, what the floating percentage does is it guarantees that a certain amount of money is going to the distributors. It guarantees that the breakage isn't going to come back to the company. Now, we could make it sound good, guys, if we wanted to do that and say, oh, you're going to get a certain percentage on this generation, a certain percentage on that generation. Okay, but I can guarantee it's going to be better for the company. If a company says that and does that, it's better for the company long term, not you. And what we want to do is protect the distributor. We want it to be a win-win. The company's got to stay in business, obviously. The distributor needs to be motivated. But if we have the guaranteed amount that has to be paid, then it has to be paid, and it protects the distributor. It has to be paid one way or another to the distributors. So these two, like I said, the sponsor tree married with the binary tree is a perfect marriage of two compensation plans together. Now, the first order bonuses are just that, additional bonuses to help you go out there and make things happen. Now, if you go out there, and we're just talking about a 1BC, you go out there and you get 2 to 5 people, and you can get your money back. If you've got a 3BC and you go get 4 people and you utilize the Business Center 2 and 3, you can make more. You can obviously make more money back because you're double dipping on the binary payout. Okay, if you go get 4 people in a traditional setting, and you have a 1BC, and you put 2 people on your right and 2 people on your left, and they come in at a 300-point kit, okay, you're going to get these first order bonuses, but then you're going to have 600 points on the left, 600 points on the right. You're going to get $60. But if you utilize your second and third business centers, and you put one person on both sides of BC2 and BC3, then instead of getting paid $60 in binary commissions, you're going to get paid, $120, guys. So you basically doubled your payout. So you can actually make more money than what's even stated here. We're just talking about first order bonuses at the moment, which is correct for either scenario. But then the binary payout on top of that is where people can go out there and just get 4 people and make over $500 like that. We want people to be able to see results now. First order bonuses. Let's get some money in your pocket, okay? For going out there and building your business, you might have to sit down with somebody. You might have to take them out for lunch. You might have to do these things. You might have to spend a little money in gas. We want to give you some money right now at the very beginning to help you subsidize your business, help you get it going, and that's why we have these first order bonuses for you, and then for helping your team get started. Okay, so it's for each kit, if it's a 300 CV kit, you're going to make $90. If it's a 100 CV kit, you're going to make $30. That's how the first order bonus works. Now, the matching bonus is for your people. So as your people go out there, for example, if you've got somebody that goes out there and has somebody come in with a 300-point kit, they're going to get a $90 bonus, but you're going to get $30. So you're going to still get a first order bonus match. So you're going to get another $30. So you have 2 people that go out and get 2 people each, 4 people, you're going to get 4 times 30 if they all come in. Those people out. Right? This is just a first order bonus and first order bonus match. So this is just some upfront money, guys, to get it going. You go get 10 people at the if you fill out the commitment letter, you say you want to get 10 people in the next couple of weeks. We can do that. We can, and if somebody accomplishes that, they're going to make $900 if they all come in with a 300-point kit, just off of first order bonus. $900. Now, as those people go out and you get a certain percentage to duplicate that, you're going to make hundreds of dollars once again just for helping your people get people in. So it's a beautiful concept. Just a little upfront money, 2 levels deep. You're not going to get rich off of it, but you know what? It's going to help you. As you're starting to build your organization and start to get that volume, it's going to help you. Put a little extra money in your pocket to continue to be able to build your business. That's another thing that we do with the Builder's Bonus Pool. Okay, now a lot of the time, see this 3%, the company's total volume? Okay, we take 3% of total volume. So even if you don't have anybody in Hungary, or even if you don't have anybody in Malaysia in your organization, it's okay. You want Hungary and Malaysia to do well, because we take a percentage of all the volume globally, and it goes into these builders pools that we pay out. Now, of this 3%, 70% of the 3% is going to go to the first 3 ranks in the compensation plan: manager, senior manager, and bronze executive. Those are the 3. Okay, once again, not a lot of money. Maybe an extra $20, maybe an extra $30, $40 a week. Okay, but what does that do for you? That's gas money. As you're getting going, a lot of times people reserve this percentage for the elite, for the people after they hit the big ranks. Okay, we're not doing that. We're not doing it for the elite. We're trying to help the new guy, as they're out there building, get some extra money in their pocket to get to the next level, so they can afford to continue to build the business. And that's why we've done this. So even though it's a smaller money, because we're sharing it with so many people, because obviously the first rank in the compensation plan is manager. So if somebody sponsors one person on the right, one on the left with a 300-point kit, okay, they're already a manager. Okay, so since it's the first rank, we're going to have a lot. So we're going to spread this money out amongst more people. So the money's not going to be as big as it would be as if we're sharing it with 50 people. Okay, but the reason that we want to do that is, even though it might be an extra $10 one week, or an extra $20 or 30 or 40, it's still extra money every week that you're putting in your pocket as somebody's hitting these small ranks where they're not making big money as their organization is growing. They're not making the big money yet. It's just going to help them. Okay, and then the other 30% of the 3% goes to the next 3 ranks in the compensation plan. Okay, so we're talking silver executive, gold executive, and platinum elite. So once again, the first 6 levels of the compensation, or ranks of the compensation plan, is where this money's going. And for the people that hit the higher ranks, we have a lifestyle bonus, and it's just that. I know a lot of companies do these car promotions. And they're really, really exciting. Do this and get a car promotion. Some companies make it really, really easy, or it seem a lot easier for people to get to the point where they get a car promotion. Or they can go out and have a certain amount of money towards a car. Okay, we're not going to do that right now, guys. We're not doing that type of thing. And let me tell you why. Like I said, my goal tonight is to explain some things to you. Okay, I've seen too many people get hurt in this industry with things like that. And the reason being is, sometimes people get in and they sign up all their friends, but they don't really get trained on how to do the business. They don't know how to build and duplicate and have their people do that. Once they get through their friends, and the duplication isn't happening, they might not maintain at a certain level. You have the eves and flows of the business. So somebody comes in, they go out, they sponsor 10, 15 people, they're really, really excited, they qualify for a car bonus, they get on the hook, they're going to get an extra $300 a month or $400 or $500 a month for a car bonus. They go get a lease. The next month they don't hit it. And then what happens? They have this lease. They're not getting the money from the company anymore, and they're hurting. They're in trouble. Okay, and it might be good for the company, because now the company's locked them in. They have to be here. They have to work. And now they're working at a necessity, because they're losing money on a monthly basis. They're spending way more because of this car lease. The whole fake it till you make it mentality. We don't want that. If you want to spend money on a car, do it. But I'm not going to lock people in. And another reason that we don't do that is because it doesn't work globally. People can do the car bonuses here in the U.S. But you know what? If you want to get somebody on a lease payment in Europe, you got to put 40% money down to get a lease. That's not going to work for these companies. They're not thinking globally. Or if you want to go, in Singapore, you got to spend $50,000 just to get the right to buy a car, to lease a car. You got to buy the right. That's $50,000 just to have the right to go purchase a car. That's not even for the car. It's not going to work long term. It's not going to work on a global perspective. Like we're thinking globally as a company, because we want to be and we're going to be a huge gorilla in the marketplace all over the world. One, we don't want to hurt people, and 2, we want this lifestyle bonus to be exactly that, help benefit your lifestyle. Now, one of the things, if you like what you see, an extra $750 a month, $1,000 a month, $1,500 a month, I'm going to let a little cat out of the bag, and that is, if you like this, watch and see we're working with some of our leaders right now, and this is going to change for the better. Okay, This is even going to get better. So I think that you're going to be excited to see where this is going as we enhance this lifestyle bonus. One of the things, like I said, that I want to do is I want to motivate the distributors, and I want people to get out there and be able to hit these things and have their lives changed and more money put in their pockets. And once again, I don't want to hurt people in the process of doing it. We want to make sure that people are there, that the money's going to be continual. And like I mentioned, if you like what you see here, you're going to love what you see pretty soon. I can tell you this, changes are coming for the better. So just some enhancements that we in corporate think that need to be made, for the distributor. So the lifestyle bonus is powerful, and the lifestyle bonus is not going to hurt people. It's going to enhance their lifestyle, like it mentions, which is what we want. So here's the continuous residual income that we're talking about. You've got to practice what you preach, guys. You've got to be on an auto ship. This is the key. If you're not getting people purchasing product on a monthly basis in your organization, you're missing the boat of what this is all about. What you want, if you want to build a residual income stream and a continual income, you need to make sure that people are on auto ship or purchasing every month. The reason the auto ship is so powerful is because, just like the name of it, auto ship, it's automatic. You don't need to worry about it or think about it. Okay, and you can see it scales up in the compensation plan and what you can, you be a part of based on where you're at. Now, if you notice, it doesn't go past 200. Once you hit the top level, we're not going to ask you to do 500 or 1,000 points or any of that stuff. Okay, as your business continues to increase, your expenses don't. In traditional business, as your business increases, so do your expenses traditionally. So 50 points, you're going to be able to play. You get paid first order bonuses, and you're going to be able to play in the team commissions in the binary. That's the game that you can play in. Okay, if you're at 100 points, that's the sweet spot. This is really where you want to be. One box isn't enough. I mean, you need to probably be taking more than one a day. If you're by yourself, if you have a family, you need more than 1 or 2 boxes anyway. That's the thing. You're out promoting this product. It's an amazing product, but what, you're just going to take it? No one else in your family is as important as you. And you need to make sure your family's on it. Okay, and that's why a lot of people will do 200 points, not because they need to yet, but because they need the product. They don't want to just be benefiting from it. They want their family to benefit from it. And so, but the sweet spot is 100, guys. That's kind of where you want to be and have all your people at least start. Now, if they can't, 50 points will work. Okay, but with your 100 points, you're going to be able to get first order bonus matches, and not just the first order bonus, but the matches. You get the binary team commissions. You can get paid generations 1 through 3 if you qualify. Now, like I said, I had hundreds of levels deep, and I only had 4 generations deep. Okay, so you can see that for somebody just getting started, this, like I said, is probably the sweet spot for them. They're not going to be missing out on any commissions. Lifestyle bonuses you can start to get paid on, and the builder's pool bonuses you can get paid on if you're at 100 points. So it really is the sweet spot. In the 200 points, it gives you access to everything in our compensation plan. Like I said, a lot of people are going to be on 200 points just because 2 boxes isn't enough for a family. I know my family, we go through at least a box a week. Once again, I know a majority that's my fault because I take at least 3 a day, but that's just me. And so, the boxes that I have and that I purchase, and that it's something that it's a lifestyle. This is what I do. It's what I believe in. This product is amazing. We need to be products of the product. Okay, and anybody that's going to complain about having to buy something, on a monthly basis, this is something they should be putting in their bodies anyway. First off, you need to be on an auto ship. It needs to be the culture that we create. We're not just signing people up. We want to sign them up, put them in our organization, we'll put them on auto ship one way or another. Okay, so you've seen this slide a million times with the market share. But the market share that you want needs to be based on, this compensation plan has its quick benefits, the short-term money. We have that with the first order bonuses, with the pools. Okay, we have the mid-range money that you can get with some of the lifestyle bonuses. You can get with not only the team commissions, which is some of the quicker money, but as you're starting to get in this generational, and then we're set up for the long-term continual income. As we have every aspect of the compensation plan, mid to short-term to long-term money. Okay, and that's just smart business, and that's how we have it set up. And so as you're going out there and you're grabbing market share, you realize that you're going to see that this compensation plan is going to start throwing money at you from all these different angles. And it's very, very, very powerful. In fact, I'll go up against anybody. I don't care what they say. Sometimes people say, well, we pay out 55% or we pay out 60% of commissionable volume. Okay, well, do you know what? Our first order bonuses aren't included in that. Okay, that's above and beyond it, where a lot of companies, everything's included. Or they might say, well, we pay out 60% of commissionable volume. Okay, and you guys only pay out 50. Well, it's because they can pay out 60% of commissionable volume because you spend $100 and they only give you 65 points. Okay, so of course it sounds bigger, but it's not. Somebody spends $120 dollars with us, and they're going to get 100 points. Somebody spends $160 with another company, they're going to get 100 points. So of course they can pay 60% commissionable volume. It's actually not more. People are spending more to get it. So guys, you've got to make sure that you understand all the numbers out there. And even though it might sound better, I promise you, if you really compare apples to apples, I've not seen a compensation plan that pays like this does. And as being a distributor and being in the field, we've put this thing together that's going to benefit the distributor. We can do things in our partners. We can do things that other companies can't do because of the advantages that we have with who we are as a company, who our owners are, and the benefits we have with manufacturing and all those types of things, guys. Nobody can do what we do unless they have their own manufacturing facility. So I want you to be 100% confident that when you talk to people, you have the best compensation plan on the marketplace today. This company pays. I can guarantee it pays. I see the checks go out. I see the percentages that we pay on a weekly basis. We pay our partners well. For those people that are working, they get paid. And I honestly believe we're going to create some of the largest incomes in this industry right here in Rain International because this compensation plan is set up, like I said, to pay people. So, guys, hopefully tonight, going through the compensation plan, it helps explain some of the different things, why we do it, the benefits, and why this is going, like I said, is set up for success. We've set this up for long-term success, not to be a flash in the pan, not to make a few people a lot of money real quick and not have a long-term solution. Guys, this is proven by history. We've made it better, and it's in your hands. Now go out there and make it happen. So guys, this is Byron Belka signing off from Springville, Utah tonight. Take this compensation plan and go out there with 100% confidence and let's make it rain. One raindrop, it can do one thing, but all of us doing things, if we have millions of raindrops, we can flood the world with the good news of who we are and what we're going to do. So everybody have a great night, and I wish everybody the best. Have your greatest day ever. Let's go have an amazing week. Take care, everybody. See ya.